Hiroshima. Hiroshima, very beautiful place. So from now, let's learn some history of Hiroshima. So it's gonna be very peace tour. So please look at number one. Number one. So this is gonna be our first destination, Atomic Bomb Dome. And then we're gonna walk to the museum. So number three, yes, Peace Memorial Museum, we're gonna walk to that. So we put number two, Peace Memorial Park, because we're gonna walk and we're gonna see three main monuments. So we stop each monument and I will explain. So from 1 to 3, it's outside. And then once we get on, arrive at the museum, you're gonna have your time at the museum. We need to be quiet, so I can't explain inside. So it's your free time at the museum. And also, maybe the speed is very depending on you. So it's your time at the museum. So, and also Atomic Bomb Dome and also Peace Memorial Museum, it's at the same park. It's at the Peace Memorial Park. So we stop at the dome, walk to the museum, and after that we come back to the bus. Okay, alright. But again, the people who come back, go back to the station, we come back to the bus, same bus. So if you want to leave your jacket, big backpack, yes, you can. Okay. So from now, I'm going to give you the pamphlet, the brochure of the museum. And please bring it outside. You can use it at the museum. Okay. So please let me know how many you want. Is having the monument relating to a bombing. And then Peace Memorial Park was designed by one designer called Tange Kenzo. Tange Kenzo. I will walk to the back, don't worry. So Tange Kenzo, there was a competition of who is going to design the park, and he won. And his design is based on Hiroshima land characteristic. It's delta. So river goes into the land. So he used this from the design for the design. So it's a triangle. Yes. So because of delta land, we can't make underground. So there's no subway in Hiroshima. So that's why we have a street car, a tram here. So no underground. So it's a beautiful triangle at the museum. For example, so at the top, you will find Atomic Bomb Dome. And then to the left, this is a conference room. So when we have special meetings, we're gonna have meetings here. To the right, this is the entrance of the museum. So between the entrance and also conference room, there is a big museum here. So we're gonna stop at the Atomic Bomb Dome first, and then we're gonna walk around the park, and we head to the entrance. So it's a beautiful triangle, so you can check once we get there. Buildings as well. So he's a quite famous designer, and he designed the park as well. This is Atomic Bomb Dome. But before talking about this dome, let's talk about what happened to Hiroshima. That was 1945, August 6, 8:15 a.m. That was the morning. So they just started their day and they didn't expect to have bombing. Do you know one more city we got bombing in Japan? Nagasaki. So we have first bombing in the world in Hiroshima, second bombing in the world in Nagasaki. So we have two bombings in the world. The main reason why they dropped the bomb to Japan is to make Japan surrender, because that was during World War II. So both countries got damages already. A lot of people died, a lot of buildings got destroyed. So they wanted to finish the war immediately for both countries. But why Hiroshima? Why Hiroshima? There were several reasons why they dropped the bomb to Japan. The main reason, there are three. unbombed city, flat area, and urban city. Because that was the first bomb in the world. They wanted to know what the real impact is. So it has to cover these three. But Hiroshima especially, we got the military importance. If you look at the map, this is Hiroshima, and we are now here, Hiroshima City, and then we've been to Miyajima here, and there's a city called Kure. There is the Navy base. So that's also the reason why they chose Hiroshima to make a big impact to Japan. How about Nagasaki? Nagasaki wasn't even on the list at the beginning. They chose Hiroshima and Kokura. But on the day they tried to drop the bomb to Kokura, that was cloudy weather. They couldn't see a target. So they changed to Nagasaki on that day. So we have Hiroshima and Nagasaki. After bombing, around this area became like this. So most of the buildings were destroyed. And then, what was the impact? It was exploded 600 meters from the ground. Some people think it hit the ground, but it's in the air. And also, wind speed 440 meters per second. And impact went to 2 kilometers radius. So the Miyajima where we just went, it didn't get any effect. It was okay because that was far enough from the city. At that time, 350,000 people lived in Hiroshima, but 140,000 people died from the bombing. But final victims, 340,000 people because of after effects of radiation. So some people from other cities came to Hiroshima to help them. They didn't know there was a radiation. So the number is more than this. So with this big impact, why this dome is to remain here? So let's move the topic to this dome. Do you know where the target was? Target. Can you see bridge behind you? That bridge called Aioi Bridge, that was the target because it looks like a T shape, so easy to recognize from the sky. This was the target, but actual hypocenter where the bomb was actually dropped wasn't here because of the wind. It wasn't really accurate. So if you look at this way, can you see the black color building behind the tree? Behind the black color building, there was a Shima hospital. So the hospital was the hypocenter. 600 meters above from the hospital, it was exploded. So that's why, if you look at the dome, this side is more collapsed because it was exploded this way. So if you look at the map, this is the bridge. And this is where we are right now. That's the hypocenter, epicenter. So you see how close it is. But that's why the wind blast came vertical. All the buildings that go in from the side were collapsed. And also, it doesn't look like a Japanese style. All the Japanese buildings at that time were made by wood. But this one here is a concrete. And also was designed by Czech architects, the Western style. So this doesn't look like a Japanese style, and also many windows. So the wind came from the above, escaped from the window. That's also the reason why they remain here. But what was this before? Before we call it atomic bomb dome, it was this building.
Wow.
Very beautiful. It was an industrial hall, exhibition hall. So people came here to see art, music, exhibitions. So this was symbol of Hiroshima from the past. But after bombing, there was a debate whether to preserve these buildings or not, because there's trauma for all the victims. To see the building, they remember the day. But they decide to remain here to show the message to the world.
In 1996, it was listed on UNESCO World Heritage Site. So still now, people from other cities, from other countries, come here and pray for victims and pray for peace. So this is still the symbol of Hiroshima. And I will give you time here. If you want to get more closer, you will find black steel inside. It's not the original one. They put it after bombing because it was very fragile. There was a risk of collapsing. So they put it after. But the other buildings, the rocks, the stone, it's original. And maybe some of you are curious about the radiation. Where the radiation gone? After 1 month, radiation in the air will dissipate. After 10, 11 months, less than 1 year, people could come back here for safety. Why so quick? Because it's first bombing in the world. They didn't have that level of radiation. And also, it didn't hit the ground. It was in the air. So it didn't stay longer. So, but for people, it was different. After 10 years, after 20 years or more, it changed to disease, cancer and leukemia. So after this dome, we are moving to one monument. The model is one girl who was suffered from the leukemia. So once we get to the next dome, I will explain more. So for this time, let's walk around the dome, okay? So, can you see, oh, there's no fountain anymore. There's a fountain. Can you see the building on the other side? Can you see the building on the other side? And next to the building, that was the fountain. There's no water now, but it's fountain. Okay, you will find fountain on the other side. On the other side. Please be there. 405.
Okay.
405. On the other side, please.
Okay.
405. No.
Todavía hay algunos ciudadanos
Things over there, Kay, as well. Over by the water. Damn, sun's in the way.
Bridge was here.
Una grulla.
And then at smaller intersections, it's timing.
So I'm right.
Because you were coming in
No, sorry. That's what I said.
you're saying that it makes sense.
Voilà, pour ramener, c'est bon. Il y avait un camp qui était mieux bien métallique.
あ、这是哦，这是 replica。
Ah,
ずれるからか。でもさ、これ、
oh, Dios. Okay. Fine. Two shots, quick comment. Two shots. Finally, I complete. their bodies were never identified. Because either their bodies couldn't be found or there was nobody left to identify them. Most of the people on this island, they were dead in the first flash of the atomic bomb.
This is a monument for children, the Children Peace Monument. And there's a one girl who is a model of this monument. Her name is Sadako Sasaki. She was only 2 years old when she got bombing, but she was survived miraculously. And she went back to her normal life. She went to school, played with her friends. But when she turned 11, she got leukemia, the after effect of radiation. So she went to hospital, but she passed away when she turned 12. That was a very short life for her. But while she was at the hospital, she folded paper cranes. Do you know origami?
Hey.
The back of the monument, there's a beautiful origami paper crane. She believes if she holds 1,000 paper cranes, her dream come true, which is to live more longer. So she folded 1,000, but unfortunately she passed away. But after she passed away, we still keep folding and donating paper cranes here. And now it's a school trip season. So usually the one school or one class made the 1,000 together and then they bring it here. They for the donation. So you can see more closer is little paper crane. And then after this one, we go to the back. Can you see the big building? That's a museum. But you will see fire first. Can you see fire here? That's also one of the monuments. The flame of peace. This fire looks very beautiful, but we don't want this fire here because fire will keep burning until all the nuclear weapons in the world are disappeared. So we hope this fire will be gone. And also even raining, if typhoon is strong enough. So we have that strong feeling, opinion that no more nuclear weapons in the world. And after fire, we move to Arch Monument. That's the monument for praying for victims. So after here, we walk through the fire to the Arch Monument, and I will explain more. And after that, museum. But here, can you see the one building here? This was also the survived building, but they rebuilt. This one used to be a clothes, the kimono shop, and there were 30 people worked here at that time, but one survivor, and he was at the underground, but that's why he was survived. But the other 29 people died. So he thought it's like he had the survivor's guilt. So he thought, why me? Why only me? And the underground is still here as original. So maybe because the museum is quite packed, quite a lot of people. So if you want to do kind of the quick museum and then see more things, you can also come back here for the underground. Okay? So I now give you time for this monument, about 5 minutes. I want to give you more time at the end. So please come back once you see this monument here.
ça, l'histoire c'est je le lis, elle a fait ça, et après elle a dit qu'elle est tuer.
Yeah, I can sort of remember things before and that. We were.
That's alright, you're not in it.
That's the monument for praying for victims. So this is the main monument. Can you see stones? Yes. There's a stone inside. But the arch, this arch, it came from Haniwa house. It was the house in the past. So they kind of took idea from this house to protect the stone inside from the rain. And then on the stone there's a Japanese letter written, "Rest in peace. We shall not repeat this evil again." That's the message for everyone in the world. Inside of the stone there are books inside. 340,000 victims' names written. So every year we have a ceremony here, August 6th, and then we take the whole books out of the stone. Because if they are inside all the time, they can't breathe. So we give them the fresh air. So we take out every year. And we just passed by a pond. And also we saw the fountain near the dome. There are many water area because after bombing, there was a heat more than hot, 3,000 Celsius, 7,000 Fahrenheit. So people's skin were burning. Some people jump into the river, or at that time there was raining. So they opened their mouth and they drank. But that was including dust and radiation. So even the baby on the tummy got affected as well. So we put the clean water here. So rest in peace. There's a plenty of clear water here. That's the message for victims. So from here, if you stand right in front of the monument, you will find dome, flame, and monument hall straight, and also museum at the back. I told you it's a triangle. So from the dome to museum is a one straight line. Conference room on the right, entrance on the left. So we will go to the entrance. I will get a ticket. So while I'm getting a ticket, you can have your time here. Please be. Can you see the curtain, the window on the left side building? So in front of the window, not the inside, outside of the window, 440 please, 440 at the entrance, outside, and then we will go inside together. Okay, thank you very much.
Going back again. Oh, the Tory gate survived.